He told Reese he didn't know what was wrong, thought maybe his ankle, until he saw Coach Pitino's face, and his eyes were so huge, he thought, what's wrong with him? Yeah. Because Coach Pitino had seen the injury. Here's part two now. Reese Davis with Kevin Ware.
Have you guys put off cutting down nets until now? What do you think that'll be like? Your team cuts down the nets Monday night.
It'll be what we've been talking about all year, you know. I kind of like the whole idea of us not cutting down nets because it's just basically goals we already accomplished, you know. But winning a national championship, that's everything to us right now, you know. We feel like anything less of that is not important. Like the Big East championship, even though it was probably the greatest, one of the greatest Big East championships to ever go down in history, we still didn't want to cut that many nets because it's just what we already accomplished, you know.
When and if that time comes on Monday night, you're gonna be looking around for somebody to find a way to get you up there.
I'm a climb the ladder. Honestly, you know. That's not stopping me. I'm gonna be right on that ladder like everybody else. I'm gonna have my hat and t-shirt on. You know, as long as I don't fall, I'm fine.
You said earlier that everything happens for a reason. Have you talked to the doctors? What have they told you about why this happened?
It was just like basically it was a freak accident. You know, there was nobody around, and just I haven't looked at it, but just hearing from my teammates and those guys, like they just saw like the full force of me jumping so high and not seeing where I was landing caused like the actual break in my leg. That's really all I got out of it.
You said, and you told me you haven't looked at it yet. I've seen where you said you didn't think you would. What do you think would make you want to look at the play?
Nothing, honestly. That's just one of those things I'll never want to see. Like how you never, when you're a kid, you got that one scary movie that you never want to see. That's just going to be like one of those nightmares I never want to face, honestly. It happened, and it's in the past, but I've seen the picture, and I honestly don't want to see it. Like, there wouldn't be anything in me to you couldn't pay me all the money in the world to see it, honestly.
Why do you think, if in fact that there's a reason for it, what do you think ultimately the reason will prove to be?
God just showed me I probably need to work harder. That's how I feel about it, you know. I've been in situations where I haven't given my best at the times in the year. And at times I have given my best, but it's never been consistent. And I kind of feel like when you're starting to play really good, there's always that one thing in the road that just brings you back grounded, you know. And I feel like this will be the last thing for me before God really lets me accomplish some of the goals I want to face. Because even with my hand, before I broke my hand, I was playing some of the best basketball I've been in a long time. You know, it was right before one of the biggest tournaments of my junior year with the Atlanta Celtics, and some freak accident, like another freak accident, you know, where I'm just dribbling with my left hand, and God just tried to take the ball away from me, and it breaks my hand, you know, and it was just something else I had to get over, and I feel like I can handle it the same way.
I know this is all still really fresh. How do you think this has affected you as a person?
Just speaking of Rush, you know, he's telling me like your media attention has grown. You know, a lot of the stuff that you really didn't want, just the attention. You know, because honestly I'm not that kind of person that wants to be all in the cameras. I want to be talking to a million people. That's not me. But he was just telling me at this point and how you handled the situation, a lot of people are looking up to you, and you're kind of like a lot of people's hero right now because of how you handled the situation. But that's what I can take on, is accepting that I am making a difference in somebody else's life, and that's big for me. So however I can help anybody with words or anything of that nature, I'm all for it, you know. It's just kind of like stepping into a new role in life. That's kind of how I feel about it.
when you think ahead to next year and rehab process, tell me what you think will be the most difficult part about that journey over the next few months.
Just getting it out of your mind that you're not injured anymore. You're fine. Just having that replay over and over in your head. That's honestly why I don't want to see the video of what happened, because I kind of feel like if I haven't seen what happened, it can't replay over and over in my head of what's holding me back. So that's all I can see really keeping me back. I feel like my rehab is gonna go fine. We got some of the best trainers in the world here at the University of Louisville. Everybody's behind me. I think the good spirits is what's gonna get me through.
How do you envision this story ending?
That all just depends on how hard I work. It's gonna take a lot of rehab and a lot of patience. Talking to a lot of different guys, they were telling me like the biggest thing right now is just having patience. You can't overdo yourself. Do exactly what everybody's telling you to do. Just leave it at that. Myself, I've never been a patience kind of guy. I always want right now, but I have to learn, honestly, and that's exactly what I'm gonna do.
What has this entire experience taught you about what it really means to be part of a team?
It shows me everything, that when people care, how my teammates showed they cared, it just means that you're a family, And being from a rough neighborhood and not so much of the best background and things of that nature, I've kind of been split in between with my mom and my dad, just situations where everything wasn't always the best, But when I came here, kind of felt like pain took me under his wing right away. And ever since that I was the quiet kid turned goofy kid when I'm around those guys, And they just brought that out of me. It's something I really can't express, but really explain. It's more like when you see it, you just know, like, yeah, those are his brothers. Like, they mean everything to him. Honestly, those guys mean everything. That's why I really just put the whole injury on hold during the game, because it's not just about me. It's never just about yourself, man. My mom really taught me that you can't be selfish your entire life. Selfish people don't get far in life, and I'm really, really, really content with how everything is right now.
Kevin Ware speaking for the first time since the injury. Chris, if you